Hey guys, what's up? For today's video, I just wanted to have a little bit of an honest chat with you about our identity. So in this video, I'm going to be getting a little bit honest with you, a little bit raw and personal, and we're just going to, sit down and have a bit of a heart-to-heart. So go and grab your tea and get cozy and So when I'm talking about our identity, I'm sort of talking about all of the stuff that kind of makes up who we are. So I'm talking about the stuff that influences the way that we think, the way that we think about ourselves, the way that we think about other people, the way that we act in certain situations, our personality. Yeah, just sort of everything that kind of makes up who we are. And I want to chat about where we're finding our identity and where we're getting that from. I want to share with you a story from my own personal journey with this, because kind of discovering my identity is a journey that I've been on for a long time, and I think it's a journey that everybody goes on. So when I was 17, I got into my first relationship. Now I was really excited, it sounds really lame, but I was really excited because most of my friends had either been in relationships or were in relationships, and I was kind of just waiting for it to be my turn, and I wanted to experience it and just kind of, like you watch it in the movies, you watch it in all the like chick flicks and stuff, and I wanted to experience that for myself. We weren't together for very long, but to start off with, like, I was really excited, but after a few weeks I realised that something wasn't quite right. And the main thing that really kind of impacted me was that he would show me pictures of his like dream girl, and I think it's normal at that age to have like celebrity crushes and stuff like that, but the women that he was showing me were all had very like dark hair and were very tanned and wore a lot of makeup and did their hair and stuff like that. And at the time I was did not look like that. I mean, I don't look like that now, but I did not look like that. Like, I had very blonde hair. We were going out during winter, so I was very pasty. I didn't do my hair or makeup at all, or like not much, and I had braces as well. Like, I'm going to insert a picture now of what I look like kind of around that time. So polar opposites what he was showing me. That's really started to impact me, and I really started to feel like I wasn't good enough, and that in order for him to like me, and in order for him to stay like attracted to me, I had to become the people that he was showing pictures of. So I dyed my hair dark, I went brunette, I started to wear a fake tan, I started to do my hair more and my makeup more, and that like literally makes me sound crazy. Like, when I say it like that, I sound like a right weirdo, but that was just genuinely what was going through my mind, was that in order for him to like me more, I had to look like those girls. And anyway, he broke up with me, and that left me feeling devastated, because I felt like I had become somebody else, and I felt like I wasn't good enough. And even though I tried to become who I thought he wanted me to be, that just still wasn't good enough. And it was at that point that I realised, like, man, I am putting too much of my identity in him and in what other people say about me. That summer I went on a Christian camp, and I had this like Jesus encounter and this Jesus moment where God said to me, like, Megan, you are my daughter, like, you are my princess, and I love you. Like, I love you just the way that you are. Like, you are good enough, like, you have worth and value, and you are precious, and you don't need to be anybody but yourself, because I've created you. And it was in that moment that I realised like how much of my identity I was putting in other people. Like, the whole of my identity was coming from him and from other people. And that started kind of my journey of trying to figure out who I was. I had to really dig into the Bible to figure out what Jesus was saying about me. And here's the thing, Jesus tells me that I'm good enough. He tells me that I have been created by him. Like, we have all been created by Jesus, and he designed us in our mother's womb. Like, even before we were born, God knew the days of our lives. He knows the numbers of hair on our head. Like, he knows us. Like, Jesus knows us in a way that is so intricate and so intimate that nobody else can know us in the way that he knows us. And that for me was such a game changer, because I was like, man, like, God took the time to make me and to create me, and what a special and precious thing that is. And it's the same for you as well. Like, God took the time to make you. It says in the Bible that we are God's handiwork, we are his masterpiece. That's just amazing. And also, we are children of God, so we are heirs to the throne. And so in Romans it talks about how we are heirs of God and co-heirs with Christ, which literally means that, like, Jesus is here and we have been brought up from here to here. Like, we are on a level playing field with Jesus, which is absolutely crazy, because Jesus is like, he's God, yet we are on the same kind of like level playing field, and that is just blows my mind. And do you know what that means? Because we are children of God, it means that we are princes and princesses. Like, who doesn't want to be a princess or a prince? I don't know. That's the reality of who we are. That's the truth of who we are. And God says that we are good enough and that we are worthy enough. And so whereas for me, I was putting a lot of my identity in what other people were saying about me, I was letting that shape who I was. But once I started to put my identity in God, like, stuff changed. And I think it's also important to say that this journey of my identity is a journey that I think I'll be on, like, for the whole of my life. I think because my insecurities as a teenager were so deep rooted, sometimes if I'm not careful I can feel myself slipping back into my old ways, and I can feel myself leaning on what other people are saying about me and relying on their affirmation, relying on their words to build myself up, and I can feel myself slipping back into my old ways. And so for me, it's constantly praying and reminding myself that my identity comes from Jesus. And the way that I do that is that I write out, you know, like, frequently I'll like go to the Bible and I'll write out, even if I've got it written somewhere else, I'll write it out afresh who I am. And so what I'm going to do is in the description box below, I'm going to write out Bible verses and kind of things about who God says that you are. And what I want you to do, I want you to go and find those Bible verses, write them down on your phone, write them on your mirror, write them in your notebook, whatever it is, like, write them down somewhere so that you can remind yourself of these things. Because honestly, like, our identity comes from God, and knowing that changes your life. Like, it really, really does. I wanted to share that story with you just in the hopes that it encourages you in some way. Like, maybe you're in a similar situation where you are putting your identity in what other people say about you, or maybe you're putting your identity somewhere else, or in the things that have happened in the past. But I want you to know that you have got a future, and that you are chosen, and you are loved, and you are worthy. Like, that was the thing for me. I didn't think that I was good enough as I was, and I thought that I had to be somebody else, but actually I don't. Like, I have to be myself, and that is good enough. And it's the same for you. Like, those words that God spoke over me, telling me that I was good enough because he had created me, like, he's speaking that over you as well. You are good enough because he has created you. And I really, really pray that you would know that today, and I pray that this would encourage you on your journey to discovering who you are and kind of what your identity is. So please, if you've been encouraged by this video, give it a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button down below. It really would mean so much to me. And yeah, let me know your stories. Like, if this has encouraged you, like, I would love to know. I really would. Have a really good week, and I will see you again very soon. Bye!